to A Simple Life with Clint. Bye. And today we're going to be feeding the pigs. It's nice and sunny out. Okay, enough of that. And that's how we feed the pigs.
We are moving our goats today, but there's one little goat that got left this morning when the herd went out to graze. Poor little guy's over here all by himself, so we're gonna help him find the rest of the herd. And the boys are gonna help me wrap up the fencing and get everything set up for their new digs. The little guy, he'll be getting castrated soon, but for now he'll go for a walk with me. We're gonna walk him over to where the rest of the herd is at. The rest of the herd is actually where we're gonna be putting them. They've already been escorted to their new digs. Oh, here they come. You didn't have to push them this way, buddy. Oh, you didn't? They just came? All right, and there's the mom. There you go, go find your mama. Little guy was all upset. Oh man, he's upset he missed out on his warm breakfast. Oh man, he's upset. So we'd already pushed the goats down to where they needed to be, but because Clint went down because we were looking for that baby, we're trying to figure out how that baby got split off, the goats then came back up, which is not a big deal. We'll push them right back down to where they're supposed to be after we get the fencing wrapped up. Because this is going through the woods, I'm gonna wrap this up and I know where we're gonna go. Where we're gonna go with this is not super pleasant, it's not a field. We'll have some path to put this in, but for the most part, it's going to be basically the same type of stuff. We're gonna be cutting through some blackberry bramble and woods and thistle and stuff like that. So I'm gonna roll this up. So as this gets bigger, it rolls quicker. You're good, I got that, buddy. Sometimes I've found that this wire, even though, because this isn't alive, if this is sitting long enough and it gets a little debris and stuff over it, sometimes you'll have voles, mice, small rodents like that, they'll chew on it. I've had that happen a couple times. I just had one back there that looked like it had been cut through. It doesn't make any sense for it to be cut for any other reason because it's so low to the ground. It didn't get caught on an animal. So I've had that happen a few times. It's just part of it.
Do you keep on going with another rule?
Nope. No, that would be too awkward and heavy. All right, well, that's a wrap. That's all our wire that we pulled up right now. We might have to pull up a couple more pieces. We will have to pull up a few more pieces, or at least one more piece from the main pasture area. But there you go, we got that done. Now let's go set up a new pasture for the goats. Hi, baby.
If you're in the sun, then I'll give you a hug. She's a good girl.
She is. Get the boogies out of her eyes. You always have to get the boogies out of their eyes, okay? Always got to take care of your livestock guardian dogs. They make life much easier. Look at those. Oh, your teeth in. Oh yes, how's your collars? Let's see how tight they are. Make sure they're not too tight. Her invisible fence collar is a little snug. I'm gonna loosen it up just one. And I use the really long prongs on the invisible fence collar. And so I don't need it to be super, super tight, as well as she's very timid. So all she really needs is that vibrate, and that pretty much sets her straight. She doesn't really want to do anything. As she gets older, I'm sure that'll be a little different. But for right now, the vibrate seems to work good. Oh, yes.
What does timid mean?
Timid? Timid means shy, sensitive. Somebody that's timid is they're they're a little bit more shy and sensitive and less likely to be outspoken and boisterous. And boisterous means to be bold and loud and like that. There you go. There's our vocabulary word for the day. Timid. And then boisterous, because of course I have to use another word that's hard to explain to a kid in their terms. Okay, well, let's get it down and we'll start setting up a area for the goats.
Yes.
Okay, who's gonna drive?
Me.
I think Clint's gonna drive.
Yeah.
They trade off. All right, let's go, boys. This is very exciting. I'm very happy. This is super cool. We have one hive that's active, two hives that are active, a third hive that is active, and a fourth hive that is active. That means all 4 of our hives made it through winter with no medication. But you know what they did have? Their own honey. I'm not saying I'm onto anything, because I clearly have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to bees. I'm learning. If there's anything I've learned, is nature knows how to take care of its own. And here we are. We are in the beginning of February, and I have beehives on the first day that's above 50 degrees, and they're active. All 4 of them. Okay, so this is the area we're going to be putting the goats. There's a bunch of blackberry bramble here, and then we have a bunch over here. This is going to be the next area we put them in. For right now, we're going to put them here. And it goes back down in the woods. Hey, Reba. It goes back down in the woods. It comes all the way around and down this path right here and back up there. This isn't a huge area for them, but it's a good area. And you go, why is it a good area? Well, we have a bunch of different things going on in here. We have tons of Doug fir droppings from the storms we just had. We have a lot of this like ground blackberry cover. We get a lot of that, and the goats love it. It's still green, it's still nice and healthy. Everybody can eat it, and then they can eat all this blackberry bramble right up along there. There's a lot of it that needs to be taken care of. Once they're done with that, then we'll do this area here that goes down. It's a real long area. It goes right up against the property line. You can see the clear cut. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start getting this area, doing some property management, some control of all the undergrowth, all the brush, doing some damage to it. So that way, when it comes back, it's not coming back and doing what we have here, which is completely overgrown bramble. And slowly this bramble is pushed up against from the property line down there, pushed all the way up here. This is probably 30 feet wide. And so we'll come in here and we'll circle this whole entire thing all the way around. Well, we'll start getting this going. Looks like Reba's trying to find my stockpile of jerky. Reba, I saw you. You know, good rotten coyote. You better be careful. You know what we do to coyotes around here? We scratch their bellies. You gotta try to get your belly scratched. There you go.
This stuff's hard.
So it's true, I did not have enough netting. I had a feeling I didn't have enough netting, but I figured it was worth trying. We are about 100, no, yeah, probably about 90 to 100 feet shy of the end of this. I also made it the area a little bit bigger than originally I thought, but it'll be fine. The goats will do really good with this. They'll be in here probably for 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days, not very long. You just gauge things as you go, and if the animals need more space, then you give them more space. So I found when doing this type of setup, it's really hard not to get some load from the brush and the vegetation on your line. Do your best, but you'll probably almost, well, I found, you almost always have a little. And it'll be from doing stuff like this, where you have to go over a log. This is gonna short out. So I'm gonna put the post in right here, and then I'm just gonna lift this up and tuck that over. That'll lift, well, it would have lifted it. There you go. That'll lift that off enough that it's not going to be grounding out. Sure, I am losing a little bit of coverage down here, but my goats are not going to be trying to go through that. And then I just walk along and I make sure, as much as I can, I keep the brush and bramble off of the fencing. And this is what it looks like. It's not really anything fancy, but you know, it works. And they'll come in and they'll clear out basically everything. Let's see if we can get our goats to walk in. Usually they're pretty good, but we'll see. They generally know what's up when I start setting up netting, and depending on their attitude, goats have their own little thing, their own attitude, their own way they like doing stuff. They'll either work with me or they won't. So let's see. Hey, goats! Hey, goats! We'll see how they do with this. I think if they settle in, we'll be fine. I think we'll see if they're in here tomorrow. Some of these moms have not been isolated like this. They've been on bigger pastures for like 9 months. So it's been 9 months since I've actually put them in just a pure netting pasture like this. Previous to that, the other area that they were in, they finally just finished really putting a dent on it back in like November. It was when it was finally kind of, it had been pretty gone over. So we'll see how these guys do. I think we'll be good. I think once they get used to the area, I think we'll be good. I think it's just gonna take probably a day or so to get used to the fact that this is where they're at. And I think after that, I think they'll be good. That's one of the moms I'm worried about, only because her mother was a notorious fence jumper. That's why she's not here. And so if she is the same way that her mother was, and she's gonna try to jump the fence, then we're gonna have issues. But this fence is really high, so I'm hoping she'll get a face full of it before she climbs it and tries to jump it. But they got plenty of browsing here for a few days. So you have a much bigger personality than you have call. You know that? I'll scratch you. I'll scratch you, big guy. I know. I know. But don't hit the fence, please. Yes, you're a sweet old goat. Yes, you are. You're a sweet goat. Yes, you are. You're a sweet goat. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I'm not gonna let you lick me or nibble on me. What are you doing? What are you doing? I gotta get in the habit of calling you BB King. It's much more appropriate. But for now, I just love you. It's funny, he's a lover and a fighter at the same time. Sometimes, man, he just wants to get after you. And other times, he's just sweet as can be. He's just got one of those personalities. This is all tidied up and good to go, as long as we don't have any escapees. I don't think we'll have any escapees. I think they'll settle in. I think it's just gonna take them a little bit. I probably, to be honest, thinking about it now, I probably should have moved them in here in the morning, not in the evening. In the evening, they really want to go back to their shelter. I'm looking because I saw the fence jiggle. So I should have moved them in the morning. I didn't really think about that until it was too late. I think we're done for the night. We got a few things to do, like fueling up the excavator and a few things like that. But other than that, I think we're done. Yeah. You boys ready to go home and get some dinner? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on A Simple Life.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. We'll see you on the next episode.